I'm David Berczes. I'm from Budapest, Hungary. I'm a sophomore. My major is finance and accounting, and I'm a grandmaster.
I'm David Berczes, and I'm going to represent the game from 2014 Pan American Collegiate Chess Championship, which is the most prestigious event, collegiate event in the US among colleges. And my opponent was actually a grandmaster from India, 2470, and we played against UMBC in round 5, which is a very important match because we both had like 4 out of 4 in the tournament, and the team which wins, that would like qualify regardless of the result of the last round. So I was back against actually. So he played the first move c4. He usually plays d4 or knight f3. So most likely he was afraid of my preparation or something like that. So, and I usually play the solid c6, and I didn't really want to change and take risk. So knight f3, d5, e3, knight f6. So basically here he played d4 and we transposed to the main line, which he is familiar and I'm familiar with. But the other way is like knight c3 and b3, but these are like side lines and there are like less theory there. So d4, and I went for bishop g4. I have had several games for this, so again I didn't want to change. So he played the very solid knight b2. It's pretty rare, especially among grandmasters, because they usually go for knight c3 and trying to fight for an advantage. So he goes knight bd2. I played e6, which is a slight mistake because knight bd7 is more precise, because I'm going to show you why. So he played h3, which is correct, bishop h5. But here he should have played g4 with the idea of bishop g6 and knight e5. This is like very basic, like I would say, trick. If I go knight e7, then he goes h4, and most likely I have to move my h pawn, which is not really like favorable for black, obviously, because he takes on f takes on my pawn structure.
What if you take on c4?
Yeah, I can take on c4, but then he will just, in the worst case, he will just take on g6, and then takes with the knight, and he has the pair of bishops, and it's like a little bit unpleasant, you know. It's just
well,
like,
there's a lot less bad than playing h6.
because had I started with like knight b7, I could have like obviously avoided this, because now he doesn't have that knight e5 option. It's just like more precise, you know. And then most likely he just have to go like bishop e2 or bishop d3, but it's just like equal, you know. It's just like nothing, no advantage whatsoever. So I played e6 like offhand because I had a game for this, but like I didn't really, I forgot, or I don't know, like this. It's really, and then he took on d5. Obviously, it was like a little mistake, and I took it because I can even take with the e pawn, but obviously I want to develop my knight on c6 rather than on d7. So he went queen a4. If he goes the same way, then I have rook c8, which is a huge difference, because now after h5, just bishop c2, and my bishop escapes, and black is just fine, because white weakened his position and he's behind the development and everything, so it's just bad. So I guess he changed plans and he tried to confuse me and played queen a4, which is really sharp. I went knight e7, obviously knight c6, then he goes just knight e5. So other option was knight fd7, which is also acceptable for black, but I like to develop my pieces, so I didn't see the reason why I should play knight fd7. So knight e7, knight e5, and a6. This just prevents bishop b5. So g4, bishop g6, and he took on g6, which was surprising, but because if he goes h4, again, either queen c7 or rook c8 is possible. And then just with the same idea, bishop c2, and black should be fine, I guess. So he took on g6, which is surprising because he could have done the same without playing queen a4, because the queen on a4 now is not doing anything, basically, and sooner or later he'll have to jump back to d1, to its initial place, so it was basically like his plans were like, he confused himself, I believe. take. Now obviously I'm threatening to take on g4, so he played bishop g2. And here I have plenty of plans here. I don't know. It looks complicated because his knight on d2 is not really doing anything. His queen is like misplaced as well, and he cannot really go short castle because then I always have some tricks. Knight takes g4, and then my rook on h8 is very good, and just fine for black. I went b5, which was like typical human move. I think I was thinking like for 1 minute only. It looks so human, but maybe it's not really precise. Probably I could have delayed that move because b5 is just most likely white will have to go back. White's queen will have to go back to d1 anyways. So why should I force it? But b5 just looked like very appealing, at the moment. So bishop d6 with the idea of maybe most likely short castle is the best move. And now there's a big temptation to take on g4, but who would like to make a draw here? I don't know. So
And knight g4 doesn't work?
it does work, but it's just a draw, And
There is nothing more?
I didn't really check with the engine, but I mean he can play safer way, queen d1, but then black should be better, right? So castle, I don't know if I take, okay, most likely check, king h1.
Queen
And-
h4,
Yeah, but then knight f3.
queen h6.
No, queen g4.
Well-
Queen g4.
But there is no threat, it just moves
Well,
the
yeah,
rook.
queen g4 actually.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
2 pawns, it looks super dangerous. Okay, you gotta play knight f3.
I mean, he can move the rook, but that looks very bad, I guess.
I'm gonna take on f2 and on e3.
Yeah, here,
Queen
but now there is no threat, right?
Okay,
Oh.
but who cares?
Okay, oh yeah, I can take that. Maybe just move the rook.
King
d1.
e7, for example.
And then I take on h2, right?
Oh no, what are we talking about there? Oh, wait.
No, you couldn't take, because
Okay,
queen
so
h4.
d1 king e7.
But there is no, like, with the bishop on g2, it's like typical, it's like defends very well, very tenacious.
Or just bishop d6 first, king g1 and then king e7. This should be really bad for white. Come on. Or bishop
mean-
d6, king g1, rook h3.
I wouldn't sacrifice because normally I have a very comfortable position. Why would I, like, give him some chance,
Don't waste time.
I like rook h3.
I mean, I think it's just solid chess, like,
Okay, so bishop d6.
here?
Yeah.
Most likely king
And
g1.
now king e7. That's what I would play maybe.
Yeah, and then like
maybe in blitz. So why would you play this? I mean,
What was wrong with rook h3 instead of king e7?
okay,
Well,
three.
maybe knight e5.
No, then you just lose.
I'm sorry, what?
Just bishop
Queen
d5.
Okay, what if I just go here, knight
Oh,
e1?
yeah. Oh, wrong move. Queen g4, a4.
And what if I just move my knight, like, I don't s-
Okay, and now king e7.
Okay, and king f1 maybe.
Rook h8.
Yeah, there is some
take
threat, right?
can you take an f3?
Yeah, I mean, there is some attack. I mean, okay, I mean, it's just an
I
example.
mean, this
but-
is very dangerous for white, one way or another.
okay, I mean,
I don't-
I agree
if
it's risky,
me,
but
if
like,
it's me with white, I just for no other reasons, I'm not gonna play castle just because I wouldn't wanna make a draw.
okay, I think
If nothing else, I wouldn't wanna make a draw, so that's why I won't play castle.
I forced him to play.
But anyway, I think that bishop d6 is better because
Yeah,
what's the
obviously,
point
but
of
like,
b5? If
you know,
there
I
is a
think
knight
maybe-
on c3, if there is a knight on c3, I can see why I play b5. But with the knight on d2,
Yeah, but here,
your
I think.
opponent can just play knight b3 and knight c5 in future. So what's the
Yeah.
point?
Yeah, but here at least I avoided the temptation. Now I don't have the choice to take. So, so maybe that's why I played b5. I'm not even sure, But yeah, I played knight b6 here, which is also a very kind of human move, like just to I don't know, consolidate the position and protect everything, and then just we'll see, So castle and rook c8. I didn't want to touch the bishop yet, so I don't know why, but So rook c8. I had a hidden idea like maybe queen c7, queen c2. Here, I didn't feel. I felt it was like around equal. This position. So he played b3. This is very logical.
Okay, is it the only move?
Yeah, only obvious.
Wait, go back. No, rook c8.
I mean, otherwise, obviously you have to try to develop your pieces,
Because now he
right?
doesn't have knight b3 anymore.
Yeah, then I just go knight c4, you know. So b3 restricts my knight, you know. It just like it makes so much sense. So I play bishop d6. I think after I did first. Initially, I was going to play bishop b4, but then I just realized that simply a3 here and rook a2, and it just like doesn't do anything. Maybe I can play a5, b4, but it's just like very bad. I don't see. But then I realized like I should be attacking. I shouldn't play for a draw like very like desperately, you know. So 'cause that's a very bad thing. So that's why I play bishop d6. I had a very good idea here. So bishop b2, and here I realized if I castle, then he might just go knight f3, knight f5, and queen e2, rook c1, a4, and then like trying to squeeze me, you know. And that's like I don't really like, especially in such a like important match, you know, when we have to win or at least
Question
draw.
was bishop d6 instead of bishop d6 was queen c7 possible with the idea you mentioned queen c2?
Yeah, I was
Queen c7?
considering that move, but
Bishop b2, queen c2,
bishop b2, queen c2, and I don't know, maybe just rook b1.
and then bishop d6.
Yeah, but then maybe just take and rook d1. I mean, I felt I shouldn't.
You already have the C line.
I should
If
exchange.
take and rook d1,
But
just
then
take
rook
the
d1
C1.
and then bishop f1, and then somehow bishop d3. You know, it's just like I felt it's like a little bit unpleasant. You know, obviously black should be able to hold, but I saw a good idea, like a very good practical like idea.
Is it that simple? You're gonna play like bishop b4? I don't know.
I played bishop d6, bishop b2, and
Instead
here.
of actually bishop d6, just bishop.
Here, what do you think? How should like black try to find some play here? And what is the idea?
Queen c7, I think. Is better.
I guess knight e4,
What's the idea?
knight
Is that-
g5.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, knight e4 is nice.
Yeah, the engine doesn't really like suggest 94, but then later he like admits that it's a good move. So yeah, here I had to take my chance. Like I really had to like find some initiative or counterplay. Otherwise, he just plays very easy queen e2, a4, rook c1. You know, it's just very simple play. I try to like confuse him or like to show some like. So yeah, he played knight f3. Yeah, the idea is a very like sneaky knight g5 and then just like checkmate him somehow.
So take on e4
Yeah, that's what the engine suggests, but I think it's just very comfortable. That was
and
the-
f3.
F3?
Yeah.
Then knight e5, I guess.
Okay.
And
Now some blitz chess. Queen e2.
well, this was just fine for black, I believe. Maybe.
I mean, it was fine for black after knight e4. There is no reason why black should be worse. Just I'm trying to open up the position. You know, create some counterplay. Because I think that knight f3 is just way too passive.
Maybe I can just play queen. Oh, I don't. I'm not sure I can do that. And take and queen g3. Yeah, I see your idea. But it's.
Okay, take. Get it.
But then he has e5. That's the problem. He goes e5, I guess.
And then rook h3.
Yeah, I mean, most likely he has to take on e4. Here, I guess e5. But rook h3 what's the threat like?
Rook h3.
You give perpetual?
Rook f3 maybe, yeah?
Rook f3. Yeah. No, that's too much. I was thinking maybe here queen g5. I don't know if it makes any sense here, or maybe I don't know. maybe I just have to take, right, and settle for that.
Take with the rook.
Okay, I go queen g5. I don't know, like castle, you know. If we go f4, I just play queen, I don't know, somewhere.
Wait, why can't I take on e4 now?
Now,
Yeah.
queen e3, knight
Take and rook c1. Why would you be with it?
But then king d7 and
And equal.
equal.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I mean, what you suggest is like, I think is good. f3. Yeah, maybe she should have played.
I mean,
that.
it's logical, but I don't know if it's good.
I think he didn't. He kind of like underestimated my position and overestimated his position.
I don't like knight f3 because knight e4 is an active move, and he completely ignores your knight in the center, which is not logical.
So maybe I have to, right away, I have to play queen h4 maybe. That's just better.
What is the difference if you take?
But e3 is hanging now, you know?
Okay, but queen f3 now.
Queen f3?
Or even just rook f3.
Yeah,
you know?
rook f3. I don't know.
I mean, just the whole idea doesn't work.
Mm.
Rook f3 or king or queen f3 doesn't matter.
Well, queen f3 looks rook c2, but rook f3.
Okay, actually rook f3. Yeah.
Mm. Most likely I have to go queen g5 maybe and then take on f3.
I
And
mean, okay, even what we analyzed with knight d5 looks good enough for black.
yeah, I mean it's around equal. It should. I mean, obviously, that why shouldn't be worse? It's just like
No,
after,
why
yeah.
why is not worse? Definitely.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
I don't like
yeah.
knight f3.
After a long thing, he decided to play knight f3, which surprised me
He
kind
was
of.
awaiting draw.
Hmm?
Maybe he was awaiting draw.
So I played queen e7. I think I should have started with f6 first. Yeah, I saw the idea, but like I was like, okay, most likely it doesn't make a huge difference, you know, if I started either queen e7. Most likely it didn't really make. So I played queen e2 and now f6. The whole idea is when he goes rook c1, king f7, and just consolidate my position, and then later. I mean, it's around equal, but it's like, I guess already black has the upper hand, I believe, but because his bishops don't really like do anything. So, but he went like, I mean, there is a, like, the chess best suggests that move is very human move, what he did here. Like, I think many players would have played right away what he did. You know, it's just very like appealing. It's very hard to like not to play a4. It's surprising. It's like a huge mistake. Surprisingly. Although it opens the position, but he means like a very little, like very nice like move. Take, and rook b8. So like the whole idea, I guess, he means is he cannot take here because knight c4, bishop c1, king f7. Believe it or not, rook b6 is coming, and his queen is kind of misplaced here. So, and he has like nothing here. He's completely lost. So he cannot take the a4 pawn. So he played rook c1, and I could have taken on b3, but I tried to play like risk-free chess here. So I wanted to avoid any kind of complications. So computer suggests a takes b3, but I guess it was equally good. So bishop f1. Trickier would have been to play b takes a4 with the idea that if he goes here, I just take a knight e5. I guess he missed this. Take and take. And now bishop c6 is the next move.
Okay, castle. Okay, but yeah.
But then it just looks sufficient compensation, I believe. Obviously just a computer line. He said like white is better. I don't know why, but let's trust the computer. I don't know. So, but I was gonna play king f7 anyways. So, and then knight c4 is coming at some point, or either king f7 or castle. But it would have been a better try for white, obviously. So he played bishop f7, another very like human move, and very logical because he's threatening to play bishop b5 and then take and like prevents my knight c4, and we'll see. But Here comes castle. Now I changed my plan also, because first I played f6 in order to play king f7, but then now I had to play short castle. Bishop b5, queen d8. That was the whole idea, and I think he completely like missed my counterplay on the king side. And now he has like nothing on the king side. His bishop on b5, queen on a6, rooks are on c1, a1, and there's only one single knight on f3, which is he's very like lonely there, and it's not enough to protect the position. So he played rook c6. It looks active, but it doesn't really have like a straight like threat here. So I took on b3. I have to mention we are both in time trouble here, so which is normal. He played h4. I could have played f5 here right away. I don't know why I didn't do that. So I was just like, okay, I take a pawn and then like we'll see, no risk. So he played h4. It was just this position was already like very hopeless. Like obviously, the computer could hold it for like a few moves, but it's not easy. So he played h4, f5, and g5. But f4. It just looks horrible for white. Knight e5, take on e3. There are so many winning moves here, but it's like with 30 seconds you just want to like go for the safest version. f3 and take on e5. I thought if I take a piece with every move, it shouldn't be bad. So it should be like kind of like safe way. So he took on e4, bishop g3. I didn't really see like the idea of the move. I just like played something here. You know. Rook e6, queen c7. It was actually a very good move. So not that he missed it. It's just everything was. I just really liked it because I want to play either queen c2 or bishop f2 and queen g3. But it doesn't really make take. Bishop f2, king f1, take another pawn. King e2 and queen c2, and the checkmate is inevitable here in the position. So here he resigned, and like we qualified for Final Four, and thank you for your